Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pause for a moment and really listen to what I'm about to say. This video is not for everyone. It's not for those who are comfortable living in the shadows of their potential. It's not for those who are perfectly content with dreaming big but doing little. This video is for those of you who are ambitious, burning with desire to achieve greatness, but who find yourselves trapped in the cycle of laziness. If that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. Because today, we're going to have a real talk about ambition, laziness, and what it truly takes to break free and live the life you've always imagined. This isn't just another motivational speech filled with cliches or empty promises. This is a call to action, a challenge, an invitation to look honestly at where you are, where you want to be, and what's holding you back. Ladies and gentlemen, ambition is a beautiful thing. It's the fire inside that makes you want more success, more freedom, more impact. It's what drives the dreamers, the visionaries, the trailblazers. But ambition alone isn't enough. You can want something with all your heart, but if you don't back it up with action, your dreams will stay exactly that, dreams. And this is where laziness sneaks in. Laziness is the silent thief of dreams. It whispers lies in your ear, convincing you that tomorrow is a better day to start, that you need more time, more energy, more perfect conditions. But the truth is, laziness is the enemy standing between you and the life you desire. It's the barrier that turns ambition into frustration, potential into regret. So, if you're ambitious but lazy, it's time for a wake-up call. It's time to recognize that your habits, your mindset, and your daily choices are shaping your destiny. You may feel stuck now, overwhelmed by your own contradictions, wanting success but struggling to take the steps needed. That's human. We've all been there. But here's the key difference. Some people break free. They refuse to let laziness win. They push through the resistance, the excuses, and the distractions. They get to work. This video is about helping you become one of those people. Over the next several minutes, I'm going to guide you through powerful truths and practical strategies designed specifically for those who feel caught between ambition and inertia. You'll learn how to ignite your inner drive, overcome the paralysis of laziness, and build unstoppable momentum. Because ambition isn't just about dreaming, it's about doing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to stop living in someday and start living in now, if you want to turn your potential into real results, then stay with me. What you're about to hear could change your life. It might challenge you, it might push you, but it will never waste your time. Your dreams deserve more than laziness. Your future deserves your best effort, so let's get real, let's get motivated, and let's get moving. Because if you're ambitious but lazy, this video is your turning point. The conflict inside you, hey, I want you to pause for a second and really listen, because what I'm about to say might just change how you see yourself. Right now, deep inside, there's a conflict going on. You have ambition, you have dreams, you want more from life, success, freedom, respect, maybe even happiness. You want to build something meaningful, something that lasts. You want to prove to yourself and to the world that you're capable of greatness. But here's the problem. At the same time, you feel lazy. You don't want to get started. You want to stay in your comfort zone, keep scrolling on your phone, put off that important task, or find excuses to avoid doing the hard work. You want to rest, and that's okay. But the problem is that rest is turning into procrastination, and procrastination is stealing your future. This inner tug-of-war between ambition and laziness is one of the most frustrating experiences you'll ever face. It's like you're stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. You want to climb out, but your own body and mind are resisting you. You feel trapped between who you want to be and who you are acting like right. Now, I want you to know something crucial. This conflict inside you is not a sign that you're weak, broken, or destined to fail. It's actually a sign that you're human. Every ambitious person has felt this way at some point. The most successful people in the world, entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, they've all battled their own version of laziness, fear, and resistance. What sets them apart is not that they never feel lazy, but that they find a way to overcome it anyway. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal with fire in your heart, only to find yourself doing nothing the next day? How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes? That's the conflict. Your desire to move forward versus the comfort of doing nothing. But here's the good news. This conflict can be won. You can tip the scales. You can take control of your own mind and body. You don't have to wait for some magical moment when you feel motivated or inspired. You can start right now, even if you don't feel ready, because ambition is powerful. It's a spark inside you that, when nurtured with action, grows into an unstoppable flame. And laziness, that temporary resistance, can be defeated with small, consistent steps. So if you're watching this right now, and you recognize that battle inside yourself, I want you to promise me one thing. Don't give up. Don't let laziness convince you that your dreams are impossible. Your ambition is real, and it's worth fighting for. This is just the beginning. In this video, I'm going to help you understand why you feel lazy, how to break free from it, and how to turn your ambition into unstoppable action. Because you deserve to live a life where your dreams aren't just wishes, they're your reality. So stay with me. This journey starts with one step, and that step starts today. Why ambition alone isn't enough. You have ambition, that powerful desire to achieve something big in your life. That's the first and most important step. But here's the harsh truth that many ambitious people never face. Ambition alone is not enough. Just wanting something, dreaming about success, or setting goals won't get you there. Ambition without action is like having a car with no fuel. You're stuck, going nowhere. Let me be real with you. The world is full of people who have big dreams but never do the work. They get caught in a cycle of wanting but not doing. They plan, they talk, they imagine, but they don't move. And that's exactly where laziness steps in as the silent thief of potential. Why is ambition alone not enough? Because ambition is only the seed. To grow into a strong tree, that seed needs nourishment, consistent effort, discipline, and action. Without these, your dreams stay just that, dreams. You might say, but I have so much potential. I know what I want. I just need the right moment to start. The truth is, there is no perfect moment. Waiting for motivation, waiting to feel 100% ready, waiting for inspiration, these are just different ways laziness convinces you to delay action. Here's something many don't realize. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Sometimes, you wake up feeling unstoppable, and other days you feel like giving up before you even start. If you rely solely on motivation fueled by ambition, you'll be on a roller coaster ride. Sometimes climbing, sometimes falling. That's why action, even the smallest, most imperfect step, is what breaks the cycle. Action is what builds momentum. It turns your ambitions into habits, and habits, over time, become the foundation of success. Think about the most successful people you admire. They didn't get there because they just wanted success. They got there because they showed up every day, regardless of how they felt. They took imperfect action. They embraced discipline, even when it was hard or boring. Ambition lights the fire, but action is the fuel that keeps it burning. Without action, ambition flickers out and dies. So if you're feeling stuck, if you feel lazy but you have that fire inside you, you need to ask yourself, what is holding me back from taking the first step? Is it fear, doubt, or simply the comfort of doing nothing? Whatever it is, recognize it, name it, and then decide to act anyway. Remember, action doesn't have to be huge. It can be as simple as writing down your goal, setting a timer for 10 minutes to work on it, or making one small change in your daily routine. The key is consistency. One step after another. Progress, no matter how small, adds up. Ambition is your why. Action is your how. When you combine these two, laziness loses its power. In the next parts, I'm going to share practical ways to overcome laziness, build unstoppable habits, and turn your ambition into a powerful force that drives you forward, even on days when motivation is nowhere to be found. Because here's the truth you need to embrace. Your dreams don't care if you feel lazy. The world won't wait for you to get ready. The clock is ticking. The only thing that will get you from where you are to where you want to be is consistent action. So if you're ambitious but lazy, it's time to get serious. It's time to fuel your ambition with action and watch how your life begins to change. Understanding the root causes of laziness. Before you can overcome laziness, you need to understand what's really causing it. Laziness isn't just about being lazy. It's often a symptom of deeper issues that block your energy, focus, and drive. If you want to transform your ambition into real success, you must identify what's holding you back at the core. First, let's talk about fear. Many times, what looks like laziness is actually fear disguised as procrastination or avoidance, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of looking foolish, fear of not being good enough. This fear creates a mental block that stops you from starting or continuing the work needed to reach your goals. If you're ambitious but lazy, ask yourself, are you really lazy or are you afraid? Fear can feel heavy and paralyzing, but it's also a signal, a message from your mind telling you that you're about to step outside your comfort zone. Growth always happens outside comfort, but fear tries to keep you safe by making you stay put. Another major cause of laziness is lack of clarity. When your goals are vague or too overwhelming, your brain doesn't know where to start. Ambition can sometimes be so big and abstract that it feels impossible to break down into smaller steps. Without clarity, you freeze, you procrastinate, you end up doing nothing because the task feels too massive. Think about it. Have you ever sat down to work on your dream, but you didn't have a clear plan or the next immediate step? That feeling of being lost or overwhelmed often leads to laziness disguised as, "I'll do it later." Next, consider energy levels and health. Laziness is sometimes just your body telling you it's exhausted or burned out. If you're not taking care of your physical health, sleep, nutrition, exercise, your energy tank is running low, and low energy means low motivation and productivity. Many ambitious people push themselves too hard mentally but neglect their body. That creates a vicious cycle of fatigue, procrastination, and frustration. To break laziness, you need to fuel your body well and give it rest. Another hidden cause is lack of inspiration or passion for the task at hand. Ambition might be there, but if you're working on something that doesn't excite you or connect to your deeper purpose, laziness creeps in. Your brain naturally resists tasks that feel boring or meaningless. This is why connecting your daily actions to your bigger why matters so much. When you see how every small step contributes to your dream, even the hard or boring parts become easier to push through. Finally, perfectionism can also cause laziness. If you believe that everything must be perfect before you start or finish something, you're setting yourself up for paralysis. You delay, you avoid, and in the process, you appear lazy. But really, you're trapped in the fear of imperfection. Understanding these root causes is empowering. It means laziness is not a fixed character flaw. It's a challenge you can solve once you identify what's really going on inside you. So here's your next step. Reflect honestly on what's behind your laziness. Is it fear, overwhelm, low energy, lack of connection to your goal, or perfectionism? When you name the cause, you gain control. In the coming parts, we'll tackle each of these causes with practical strategies. We'll talk about how to face your fears, break down overwhelming goals, boost your energy, find passion, and overcome perfectionism. Because the truth is, ambition plus action equals success. But first, you must break free from what's holding you back. If you're ready to stop being stuck and start moving, keep watching. Your breakthrough begins now. Practical strategies to overcome laziness. Now that you understand the root causes behind your laziness, it's time to take action. Knowing why you feel stuck is powerful, but what really changes your life is applying practical strategies to break free from laziness and turn your ambition into unstoppable momentum. Let's start with the first game changer, breaking your goals into tiny, manageable steps. One of the biggest traps for ambitious but lazy people is feeling overwhelmed by the size of their dreams. When a goal feels huge and distant, it's easy to freeze and avoid starting. So, you must shrink your goals down to the smallest possible actions you can take right now. Instead of saying, I need to build a business, say, today I will write one email, or I will research one potential customer. When the first step is tiny, it's easy to begin. That first step creates momentum, and momentum fuels motivation. Next, use the 5-minute rule. Commit to working on your task for just 5 minutes. Tell yourself, I'll work for 5 minutes, and then decide if I want to continue. Usually, once you start, you'll want to keep going. This technique defeats the initial resistance we all face when starting something difficult. Another key strategy is creating a daily routine and sticking to it. Ambition requires consistent effort over time, and routines help eliminate decision fatigue. When you decide in advance what time and where you will work on your goals, it becomes a habit, and habits don't require motivation to execute. Set specific times for your most important tasks, and guard those times fiercely. Treat those appointments with yourself as non-negotiable. Over time, your routine becomes your secret weapon against laziness. Also, focus on eliminating distractions. Laziness often hides behind constant interruptions, social media, endless notifications, or even a cluttered workspace. Make your environment work for you, not against you. Turn off phone notifications, create a clean and inspiring workspace, and use apps that block distractions if needed. A powerful mindset shift to practice is embracing imperfection. If you find yourself stuck because you want everything to be perfect, remind yourself that done is better than perfect. Progress, no matter how small, is what moves you forward. Perfectionism kills momentum. Action creates it. Next, take care of your physical energy. Laziness can be your body's way of saying it's tired. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, and moving your body regularly. Exercise isn't just for fitness, it boosts your brain function and energy, helping you tackle tasks with more focus. Don't forget to connect with your why. When motivation wanes, remind yourself why you're ambitious in the first place. Visualize the life you want, the freedom, success, or impact you dream of. Let that vision pull you forward when your energy feels low. Finally, surround yourself with accountability. Share your goals with a friend, mentor, or community who supports you and checks in regularly. Accountability creates external motivation to keep moving when your internal motivation is weak. These practical strategies aren't just about working harder, they're about working smarter. You can be ambitious and still feel lazy sometimes. The difference is how you respond. Use these tools to outsmart your laziness and turn your dreams into reality. Remember, ambition without action is just a wish. Take small steps today, build momentum, and watch how your lazy habits begin to fade away. Mindset shifts to fuel your ambition to truly overcome laziness and unleash the power of your ambition. It's not just about doing more, it's about thinking differently. Your mindset is the foundation that shapes your actions, habits, and ultimately your results. Without the right mindset, even the best plans can fall flat. So let's dive deep into the key mindset shifts that will transform your approach and fuel unstoppable motivation. First, you need to replace the lazy label with learning and growth. Often, when we call ourselves lazy, it becomes an identity, a fixed belief that limits what we can do. Instead, start thinking of laziness as a temporary state, a challenge to overcome rather than a permanent trait. Say to yourself, I am learning how to manage my energy and focus better. This small shift opens the door to self-compassion and growth, rather than self-judgment and defeat. Next, embrace the mindset of progress over perfection. Perfectionism and fear of failure often disguise themselves as laziness. You might procrastinate or avoid starting because you fear not doing things perfectly. But remember, even the most successful people started somewhere imperfect. They made mistakes, learned, and improved. Progress is a process, so focus on showing up consistently, making small improvements every day, and letting go of the need to be flawless. Another powerful mindset shift is to view effort as an investment in your future self. Instead of seeing effort as something painful or exhausting, think of it as the fuel that builds your future success, confidence, and freedom. Every action you take today is like planting seeds in your personal garden. These seeds will grow into the life you want. When you see effort this way, it becomes a source of pride and motivation rather than a chore. Adopt a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. When you believe your potential is not fixed, laziness loses its grip because you know your effort leads to improvement. Instead of avoiding challenges, you start welcoming them as opportunities to stretch and grow. It's also crucial to shift your focus from motivation to discipline. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather. Discipline, on the other hand, is your ability to keep going even when you don't feel motivated. Cultivating discipline means creating systems and habits that support your goals no matter what. It's about making a commitment to yourself that your dreams are worth the effort, rain or shine. Another mindset change is to see failure and setbacks as feedback, not defeat. Ambitious people face obstacles. That's a given. What separates those who succeed is how they respond. Instead of giving up or feeling discouraged, learn to analyze what went wrong and adjust your approach. Failure is just information guiding you toward a better path. When you embrace this, you reduce fear and resistance to taking action. Finally, cultivate a sense of urgency and ownership. Laziness thrives on excuses and procrastination. To fight it, remind yourself that time is limited and your dreams won't wait. Own your life and your choices fully. Take responsibility for your success or failure without blaming external circumstances. When you take ownership, you empower yourself to act now rather than later. These mindset shifts aren't just positive thinking. They are rewiring the way you approach your goals and your daily actions. They create a mental environment where ambition thrives and laziness loses its power. Remember, your mindset is the soil where your ambitions grow. Nourish it well and watch how your energy, focus, and results begin to soar. Practical tips to break free from laziness. Now that we've talked about mindset shifts, it's time to get practical. Changing how you think is powerful, but it needs to be paired with concrete actions that break the cycle of laziness and move you closer to your goals. Here are some actionable strategies you can start implementing today to break free from laziness and activate your ambition. First, start with micro goals. When your ambitions are big, the thought of starting can feel overwhelming, which fuels procrastination and laziness. Instead of focusing on the huge end goal, break it down into tiny, manageable tasks. For example, if your goal is to write a book, don't aim to write 50 pages at once. Aim to write just one paragraph, or even one sentence. This small action reduces resistance and builds momentum. Once you start, it's easier to keep going. Next, use the 2-minute rule. This simple trick says that if a task takes 2 minutes or less, just do it immediately. This habit keeps small tasks from piling up and draining your energy. It also builds a sense of accomplishment, which motivates you to tackle bigger tasks. The key is to make starting as easy as possible. Another powerful tip is to schedule your day in advance. Ambition needs structure. Without a plan, it's easy to get distracted and fall back into laziness. Take 5 to 10 minutes each evening or morning to plan your day. Write down your most important tasks, prioritize them, and set time blocks to work on them. Having a clear roadmap keeps your focus sharp and reduces decision fatigue. One of the biggest enemies of ambition is lack of energy. To fight laziness, you must prioritize your physical and mental health. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, and moving your body regularly. Exercise is a natural energy booster and mood enhancer. Even a 10-minute walk can wake up your brain and body, making it easier to get started on tasks. Eliminate distractions as much as possible. Laziness often thrives when your environment encourages procrastination. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Create a dedicated workspace and set boundaries with people who might interrupt you during your focus time. The more you can control your environment, the easier it is to stay disciplined. Use accountability as a motivation booster. Tell someone you trust about your goals or find an accountability partner who will check in with you regularly. Knowing that someone else is aware of your commitments makes it harder to slack off. Plus, sharing your progress and struggles can give you valuable support and encouragement. In addition, practice the habit of celebrating small wins. Ambition isn't just about the big milestones. It's about every step forward. Reward yourself when you complete a task or reach a mini goal. This positive reinforcement helps build enthusiasm and keeps your momentum going. Also, learn to recognize your laziness triggers. Are you more prone to procrastinate when you're tired, bored, or anxious? Once you identify your triggers, you can create strategies to counteract them. For example, if boredom causes laziness, switch up your routine or find ways to make tasks more interesting. Finally, remember that breaking free from laziness is a journey, not an overnight fix. Be patient with yourself. There will be days when motivation dips and you struggle to act. What matters most is your commitment to keep showing up, even imperfectly. By combining these practical tips with the mindset shifts we discussed earlier, you will build a strong foundation for turning your ambition into real, consistent action. The power of consistency over perfection. Now that you have practical tools to start overcoming laziness, it's crucial to understand one of the most important secrets to success. Consistency beats perfection every single time. Many ambitious people get stuck because they're waiting to feel ready or to have everything perfectly aligned before taking action. They think, I need the perfect plan, or I have to do this flawlessly. But here's the truth. Perfection is often an excuse disguised as a goal. It's a trap that feeds laziness by convincing you that if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing. But let me tell you this, no one ever became successful by waiting for perfection. Success is built by taking imperfect action day after day. It's about showing up consistently, even when you don't feel like it, even when the conditions aren't ideal. Imagine this. What if you worked on your goal just 10 minutes every day? That might sound small, but over weeks and months, those 10 minutes add up to hours of progress. And it's not just the time that matters, it's the habit you build. Consistency creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. And confidence propels you forward toward your ambitions. Consistency also trains your mind to focus on progress, not outcome. Instead of obsessing over whether you did it perfectly, you start valuing the fact that you did it at all. You learn to appreciate small wins, which fuels motivation and keeps laziness at bay. Another powerful aspect of consistency is that it helps you develop discipline, the ability to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. And stronger discipline means you can push past laziness and resistance more easily. Now, I'm not saying perfection doesn't have its place. Paying attention to quality and learning from your mistakes are important. But those things come naturally as a result of consistent effort. You don't need perfect conditions to start. You just need to start. If you wait for perfect timing, the perfect plan, or the perfect mood you'll be waiting forever. Instead, commit to showing up every day. Set small, achievable goals that you can do consistently. Over time, you will improve, your work will get better, and your ambition will become reality. Also, remember that consistency builds trust with yourself. When you keep your promises to yourself, even in small ways, you strengthen your belief that you are reliable and capable. This self-trust is a powerful antidote to laziness, which often stems from self-doubt and fear of failure. One last thing. Don't beat yourself up if you slip up or miss a day. What matters is getting back on track. Consistency is about the long game. It's about the pattern of your actions over time, not a single perfect streak. So, make a promise to yourself right now. You will show up consistently for your dreams, no matter what. You will choose progress over perfection. You will keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step each day. Remember, ambition is not about grand gestures. It's about the power of steady, persistent effort. That's how you overcome laziness and turn your dreams into reality. Part. Your future is built today. Take action. Now this is the final part, but it's arguably the most important. Your future is built today, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. If you are ambitious but lazy, this is the wake-up call you need to change everything. You have dreams, goals, and a vision for your life. But those dreams won't come true unless you take action. The future you want is not some magical place that happens on its own. It is created by the choices and actions you make today. Every day, every decision, every effort matters. Think about this. What you do today shapes the person you will become tomorrow. If you keep putting things off, if you keep making excuses, you are building a future filled with regrets and what-ifs. But if you take even small steps now, you're laying the foundation for a future filled with achievement, pride, and fulfillment. Many people fall into the trap of thinking they have all the time in the world. They say things like, "I'll start tomorrow," or "next month I'll get serious." But here's the harsh truth. Time is your most precious resource, and it's slipping away every second you wait. Laziness is the enemy of time. It steals your moments, your opportunities, and your potential. But ambition, when paired with action, is the ultimate time multiplier. It turns minutes into milestones, days into breakthroughs, and years into legacies. Ask yourself right now, what are you doing today to move closer to your goals? Are you waiting for motivation to strike? Are you hoping for some perfect moment to start? Or are you deciding to take control of your life right now with what you have? It doesn't matter if you're tired, scared, or unsure. Action is the antidote to fear and doubt. When you start moving, momentum builds. The fear starts to fade. You gain clarity and confidence. You discover that you're stronger and more capable than you thought. Remember, ambition without action is like a car without fuel. It looks good, but it won't take you anywhere. Your ambition needs your energy, your effort, and your commitment to drive it forward. Here's a practical step. Start today with one task, something small but meaningful. It could be writing down your goals, researching, making a call, or simply setting a timer to work for 10 minutes. The key is to break through inertia and create movement. And once you start, keep going. Celebrate every small victory, no matter how tiny. Each step forward is proof that you're serious about your dreams. Each action builds your confidence and diminishes laziness. Your future self is watching. That future version of you, successful, proud, fulfilled, is counting on the decisions you make right now. Will you let laziness hold you back? Or will you choose ambition backed by relentless action? The choice is yours. But remember this. The most successful people aren't those who had the most talent or luck. They are the ones who took action consistently, even when they didn't feel like it. So today, right now, make a commitment. Commit to taking action, no matter how small. Commit to pushing through laziness and showing up for yourself, because your future is built on what you do today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Don't wait for motivation. Generate it through action. Your dreams are waiting. Your future is waiting. Now is your time. As we come to the close of this video, I want you to take a deep breath and really let everything you've heard sink in. This isn't just another motivational talk to inspire you temporarily. This is a blueprint, a call to action, a reality. Check for anyone who feels stuck between ambition and laziness. You see, ambition is not enough on its own. It's the spark, yes, but without fuel, a spark dies out quickly. That fuel is action, consistent, deliberate, sometimes uncomfortable, action. It's the daily discipline, the small steps taken over time, that turn dreams into reality. If you are ambitious but lazy, you are sitting on a gold mine of potential that's waiting to be unlocked. And the key to that lock, it's in your hands. You have the power to change your story, no matter how many times you've fallen into the trap of procrastination or given in to excuses. The moment you decide to act, truly act, everything shifts. The hardest part is always the first step. That step may be small, it may be simple, but it carries the weight of transformation. Remember, every successful person was once where you are now, wanting more but struggling to start. What separates them from those who never make it is action. They faced the discomfort, overcame their laziness, and chose to keep moving forward even when motivation faded. Because motivation alone is fleeting, but commitment and discipline build empires. So ask yourself, what will you choose? Will you let laziness steal your future? Or will you rise and take control? Ambition without action is just wishful thinking. But action fueled by ambition is unstoppable. And here's another truth. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Start where you are. Start with what you can do right now. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that step is available to you this very moment. Build habits that support your goals. Cut out distractions. Set clear, achievable milestones. Surround yourself with people who inspire action, not complacency. Keep reminding yourself why you started and what's waiting for you on the other side of hard work. If you do this, if you commit to showing up every day and doing the work, laziness will lose its grip. Your ambition will no longer be just a dream. It will be your reality. Ladies and gentlemen, your life is waiting for you to take charge. Your dreams are waiting for you to fight for them. The time to act is now. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more excuses. You have everything you need inside you to turn ambition into achievement. So go ahead, get up, get moving, and show the world what happens when ambition meets action. Your future self will thank you for it. Remember, ambition without action is a wish. Action with ambition is a legacy. Now, what legacy will you choose to leave?